Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, wherever you do it. Welcome to the EPL Index Transfer Special on Thursday, the 18th of July. Transfer window's in full swing, isn't it, ladies and gents? And big things are happening. And there's only really one place to start. The big move, the big announcement yesterday came from the David Ornstein bomb that Lenny Yoro was on his way to Manchester. So agreed terms with Manchester United. The clubs at Lille got what they want because that was the biggest offer came from United. And the French youngster, 18 years old, was set to sign in at Old Trafford. That naturally led to recriminations from various Liverpool articles, and it's even worth carrying out or mentioning a few, I should say. So in the Mirror, they mentioned Liverpool pulled out of it because they thought he was only interested in signing for Real Madrid, which did seem to be the player's desire. I don't think there's any doubt about that. David Ornstein has said that separately. However, money talks, as they say, because according, and I'll call it as we do, various reports, around 55 million, again, with add-ons, different things, if you take sort of the aggregate of the various articles, but also quite a few mentioned there's been a payment to Yoro's family at the same time as well, and wages, as according to various articles, around 150k per week. Everyone will have their own opinion as to whether United stole the march, Liverpool have failed, United have overpaid, whatever it may be. But we deal in facts here and what we read. And the fact is that Lenny Yoro is set to be a Manchester United player, barring a miracle at this stage. So that was the biggest story from yesterday. We got an update via Sky Sports, didn't we, on Amadou Onana, the Everton midfielder, because he thought, wow, why isn't this going ahead? Everton have agreed this £50 million move to Villa. But as Sky Sports updated yesterday, by the weekend, that is when he will complete his move to Aston Villa. Other moves that you were thinking maybe, hold on, why hasn't this gone through? Arsenal's move for Riccardo Calafiori, the Italian sort of left-back, centre-back hybrid, if you want to call him that. It seemed that they had the deal done, didn't they, with Bologna? But the Times confirmed yesterday the whole hold-up, the delay, is because they're trying to include Jakub Kiwior as a make-weight in the deal. That's why it seems to have gone quiet, because it did seem like a good week or so ago that Arsenal had this tied up and ready to go, but there we are. So, yeah, we'll see if any breakthrough comes from Riccardo Calafiori. United outgoings. Mason Greenwood is on his way to Marseille, according to various reports. And according to the Mail, United did turn down a bid from Fulham for Scott McTominay, because he's a year left on his contract. They do have the option for a 12-month extension, so we'll see what happens there. And various outlets, again, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, speaking of players with a year left to go at Manchester United, is a target for West Ham. A number of articles, The Guardian, I'm reading there specifically, suggesting that around £15.15 million will get that done. A lot of incomings and outgoings potentially at Old Trafford. A busy old summer there. And then we'll move on to the job that a lot of people are talking about. Gareth Southgate stepped down this week, and there is various articles around who will be his successor. Maybe it's like Guess Who knocking him down, who is not going to be. Because Sky Sports Germany says that Jurgen Klopp is not interested in taking it. The Independent says the Football Association, the FA, I can't believe this, are willing to wait, apparently, for Pep Guardiola. So almost an interim for a year before they take Pep in a year, which is when his City contract ends, if he doesn't sign an extension. According to The Telegraph, Spurs boss Ange Postecoglou is among the potential successors. However, it's important to note that he did come out yesterday, and when he was asked this question, said no, he's not thinking about that at all. So those are interesting ones there. Who will be the new England manager? We'll do a few other sort of roundups, and then we'll do specific focus at the same time. So the other big news, and we'll go for the Saudi take, because obviously Moussa Diaby is in talks, isn't he, with Al Ittihad, who are in talks with Aston Villa for Villa to make a huge profit. That would be some statement, wouldn't it, from the Saudi angle if he does make that move. Football Insider actually quote that Villa still owe Bayer Leverkusen more than half, as though that's sensational. But that's actually quite standard, because he's only a year into his Villa deal. Quite often clubs we'll spread it across the length of the contract, so that feels like a bit of sensationalist journalism, but there you go. Now, the Athletic from a Saudi angle had the Al Nassr approach for Wojciech Szczesny, the former Arsenal, the current Juventus, this 4-year-old goalkeeper had broken down. And then they got into that, it's straight onto the Athletic, a whole thing about they moved for Edison. That move broke down, as we know. They moved for Alisson. There was no interest there. This one broke down. However, it's important to know that yesterday, Al Nassr signed Bento, the Brazilian international goalkeeper. Fernando Hierro's the sporting director there, interestingly enough, but for 18 million euros with a whack-off wage. So they have, as well as potentially Diaby, they definitely have a Brazilian international goalkeeper now in their ranks. Potential outgoings as well. Could there be one in, one out? Atletico Madrid. Julian Alvarez, the Manchester City forward, is strongly linked with there, and Alvaro Morata is set to go to AC Milan. Various outlets confirming that at the same time as well. Spain, the big news is all about Barcelona and Nico Williams, the Bilbao winger. The international scored obviously the goal in the Euro final. Romano, quite a few others have got that Barcelona are in talks, obviously to try and agree personal terms, and then they can trigger the release clause, because importantly, they wish to steal a jump on the English Premier League clubs. That is the reporting from various places. Others, couple of worth mentioning, TalkSport saying that West Ham are in the race to sign Reece Nelson, and that Arsenal value him at around 25 million. We also know that Emil Smith-Rowe had multiple bids rejected. Does feel like Arsenal are trying to sort of trim to their fringe squad on in case they're going to make moves. And Somerville, the Leeds winger, has been linked with Liverpool, Chelsea, various sides, but French side Rennes are the ones currently in talks with Leeds, according to Team Talk. So there is a lot going on, ladies and gentlemen. A lot to happen. We're expecting probably some update on Yoro, even if it's official confirmation, possibly all the photos today. Probably the one to mention in Xabi Simons. We know that Bayern and Red Bull are in the mix there. We had Kylian Mbappe presented yesterday. The transfer window is in full swing. Enjoy your day, whatever you're doing. And on Thursday, the 18th of July, that was the EPL Index Transfer Daily.